there everyone, it's Moose, and thank you so much for joining me back here. Today we're going to do the... Is it expected? I don't know. A lot of people do it this time of year every year. It's the mid-year book Freakout tag. It's basically just a tag that gives you an excuse to talk about some of the books that you've read so far in the year. A lot of people do it this month in June, since it is the halfway point. I've already done a video talking about some of my favorite books that I've read this year, but this one is a little different. So let's just get into it. This is the mid-year book Freakout tag for 2021. So question number 1 is best book you've read so far in 2021. For this one, I'm torn between two different series, but for this one, I'm definitely going to pick The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. I rave about this book all the time. If you are not new to my channel, this might not be a surprise to you. It's one of my new favorite books. So good. Adult fantasy, of course there's dragons, it's in the name. Revenge fantasy, great main character, interesting. Not in the sense that you want to be him, but his character arc is just intriguing. I'm excited to see where he ends up, because honestly I could foresee this series not having a happy ending, but we'll see. There's like kind of magic elements, different world elements. It's definitely a high fantasy, completely new world. Phenomenal. Question number 2 is best sequel you've read so far in 2021. And so I'm going to talk about the other series I was kind of torn about for the first question for this question. So the best sequel I'm going to say is The Crown of Gilded Bones. This whole series consumed me and I really want to reread it, but I'm kind of waiting until the next book comes out and then I'll just reread all of them in preparation for the new one. Whenever that is, who knows. So yeah, this is from the Blood and Ash series. I don't think that's the name of it. Flesh and Fire, something like that. It's from Blood and Ash, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and then this one is The Crown of Gilded Bones. This is book 3. I talk about this one because it came out this year. Kingdom of Flesh and Fire was also a very great sequel, but the ending for A Crown of Gilded Bones just like made me want the next one right now. I did a whole reading vlog on it if you want to check it out. Question number 3 is a new release you haven't read yet but want to. First of all, let me go see what's been released lately, because I don't really keep up with that kind of stuff unless I'm already invested in the series. I'm not going to have an answer for this. I don't know. The one that came out this year that I really wanted to read was A Crown of Gilded Bones, but I've already read it. So that's the only one that I was really like anticipating to come out this year. Otherwise I don't keep up with what comes out when. I just see something that I think, hey, that might be fun to read, and I read it. Otherwise I'm not anticipating anything. Question number 4, I guess I won't have an answer for either. It's the most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I don't know. Let me see if there's a date for either of the series that I am invested in right now. Okay, so first of all, apparently The Rage of Dragons, that series does have a name. It's called the Burning series. Apparently the 3rd book is going to be called The Lord of Demons, but it doesn't come out until 2022, so it's not applicable for this question. So yeah, I don't have a question or an answer for this question either, because everything I'm looking forward to coming out does not come out this year. Question number 5, biggest disappointment. Definitely the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I did not start this one in 2021. I started it in 2020, but I finished it in 2021. I finished it at the very beginning of the year, like January or February. So it's been a while since I finished it, but I was so looking forward to this book. It was so hyped here on BookTube. And it's not a bad book, let me put it that way. I just personally did not enjoy it. It was not for me. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. A lot of the time when I hear like adult fantasy, the magic systems that come to mind are not what is found in this book. The closest thing I could compare it to would be like earthbending in a way. Which is not typically what I would think of. So it's great in the sense that it's new, it's inventive, It's not really like anything I've read before, but I just didn't enjoy it. I found myself disappointed by the end of it. And I don't plan on continuing on with the series. What question is it? Question number 6 is biggest surprise. And for this one, I'm just going to lump a bunch together into an author named Jennifer Beckstrand. I read From Blood and Ash, that series, like back to back to back. And then I was also rereading ACOTAR in the middle of that. Both of those series have some pretty detailed, in-depth romance scenes, and afterwards I was like, I just want something innocent. So I read some Amish Christian romances and was totally surprised and blown away by them. I enjoyed them so much, and I never expected myself to. I don't know what compelled me to read them. I was looking for like a Christian romance. Amish Christian romances are what I was finding were available to me, like instantaneously, digitally. So I started reading them. And I found that Jennifer Beckstrand she's a great author. She really enjoys the matchmaker trope, but she does it in a funny way. And yeah, I was blown away and so surprised by how much I enjoyed these. And I really want to read more of them. I'm just in the middle of reading other things right now. Question number 7, favorite new author or debut or new to you. Again, would probably be Evan Winter from The Rage of Dragons. Excellent. Question number 8, newest fictional crush. Castile, I guess, from Blood and Ash. Question number 9, newest favorite character. Again, how many times am I going to talk about this book here on my channel? Tao from The Rage of Dragons. I've already said this. Such a great character. So interesting. I just want to know more about him. Question number 10, book that made you cry. I don't really cry over books. Haven't cried over a book this year. Haven't cried over a book, I don't know when. But yeah, not applicable. But question number 11, book that made you happy. Again, Jennifer Beckstrand makes me happy. Let me see if I can pick something else for this question, though. The Song of the Lioness series by Tamora Pierce was really good. It made me happy. I thought it had a good ending, a happy ending that I enjoyed. Again, I've talked in depth about this series as well. I think in my May wrap-up, maybe. Question number 12, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. I think the only book I've bought this year, how crazy is that to say I've only bought one book this year and we're halfway through the year. I think the only book I've bought this year was The Crown of Gilded Bones. I bought it twice. I pre-ordered a copy on Amazon, like a paperback physical copy. It was going to get here like 2 days after the publication date. I didn't want to wait that long, so I bought the ebook copy as well so I could read it as soon as it came out. It's a pretty cover though, so I might have chosen this one anyways, but it's the only book I've bought this year. Question number 13, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? Let's see. One of my goals is to reread the Harry Potter series. I am currently at the very beginning of book 1. I'm reading them with my son. I just read them out loud to him as we do things together. So I want to finish those. I am currently in the middle of The Help. Not in the middle, but I'm currently reading The Help by Catherine Stockett. I think this is one of my favorite books. I've always considered it one of my favorite books. I'm rereading it to make sure it's one of my favorite books. Otherwise, I don't have anything that I'm like set on reading by the end of the year. There are things that I would like to get to, but not necessarily like a goal by the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the last question, favorite book community member. I don't like this question because I don't want to single anybody out. Some of the people I talk to most, Books with Ange, I will link all these channels below. Joe Loves to Read, Amy over at Harvard and Pages. Those are the people I maybe interact with most here on BookTube, and they're lovely. Sorry, my husband was trying to call me. They're lovely. You should definitely go check them out down below. If I didn't talk about you, I'm sorry. I'm not, again, that's why I don't like this question. I'm not trying to leave anybody out. Those are just the ones that come to mind like instantaneously that I talk to quite often. Both like on Instagram and on YouTube. Books and Ange with I talk about books on Instagram all the time, just messaging back and forth. Amy and I have recently talked about the Fires of Vengeance over Instagram, messaging back and forth. Joe and I talk about just random things. She's so encouraging, like just in my personal life, she'll send me sweet messages. So yeah, they're great people. Go check them out. So yeah, that was the mid-year book freakout tag. Is that the name of it for 2021? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe down below and leave a comment. If you have done this video, be sure to also let me know so I can come check it out. Don't leave a link because I have it set to where YouTube automatically like spams linked comments, but just tell me like, hey, I did this on my channel, and I'll come check out your channel. Otherwise, you guys are so awesome. I am so thankful for you. And we'll be back here next time, guys. See ya!